Episode 10, The Tower Card PT2. As I turned the pages of the photo album and continued reminiscing, I saw many pictures of people my mama once held near and dear to her heart. People who she no longer spoke to for whatever reason, but people she once was very much connected to. Mama seemed to easily discard people, and her partially disowning Adam because he is identifying as a woman now instead of male makes me wonder if she's filing my brother away to eventually discard him too. I pulled from the blunt and continued to think about the day my mama lost her son. It was like a ticking time bomb was waiting to explode at the right moment. I had just gotten up, Nikki was in the tarot room pulling cards, Adam and cousin Anthony were in Adam's room, and Mama was singing and cooking. She had been happy because King Ra said whatever Elise had come had been removed with the help of her spiritual friends, and her house was back to the peaceful environment she had worked hard to maintain. "Y'all come eat." I heard Mama yell, so I know Nikki heard her, and so did Adam. I was applying a mask to my face before going down to breakfast when I felt a presence grow behind me before I physically saw it. My eyes grew big as the figure took human form slowly in the corner, as if it wasn't trying to hide itself. I opened my mouth to yell for my mama, but nothing came out. Instead, I gasped for air with my mouth wide open as the dark energy darted across the floor and dove into my open mouth. As I felt the spirit climbing down my throat and into my stomach, I felt myself pass out. I guess I astral projected for a few minutes, because I came out of an inaudible scream to me screaming in the basement of my mama's old childhood house. I walked around confused, wondering why I was here, especially because I didn't know most of the people I saw. I turned corners quickly to figure out why I was here. I heard a child's voice saying, "Help me. Please. Help me." Coming from my mama's old room, so I ran towards her door. When I got there, I was stopped from going in the room by a man with a suit on. He was tall, slim, and very dark-complected. "You sure you want to open this door?" the man said without looking up from the newspaper he was reading. I was irritated and responded quickly, "There's a kid in there that needs help, move." He laughed and said, "You'll be just like your mother," and disappeared. When I opened the door, I saw Mama as a little girl, on her knees in front of a grown man. It felt like my feet were glued to the floor as I watched him drop his pants in front of her. As soon as I began yelling stop, I heard my mama yelling my name. "Stacy. What happened? Stacy." I coughed as I came back to, and gasped for air. Somehow I was in the bathroom when I realized where I was. Mama, still disturbed by finding me in the floor twisted in an inhumane way, as she described it, began demanding answers. "Did you take a mushroom? What happened, Stacy?" I got as much out between labored breaths as I could before Mama decided to take charge. "Nah, get up. I'm about to cleanse you. Ika can't have my child." Mama instantly opened my bathroom window and then stood me up, grabbed my hand and pulled me out of my bathroom, walking backwards chanting, "Leave my daughter's room, malevolent energies. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Mama continued to recite the 23rd Psalm until we had backed out of my room, hand in hand. Mama closed my room door and backed up against the wall and shut her eyes. Nikki came out of the room, unconcerned, and asked, "What's going on?" Mama said and looked down the hall with narrowed eyes. She slowly got up off the floor and walked towards Adam's room. Me and Nikki followed her. "The spirit is in y'all's brother room," Mama said as she nervously walked towards Adam's room. As we got closer, I could feel my heart beating crazy. Something wasn't right. I heard faint rapid clapping sounds and furniture creaking sounds as Mama slowly opened the hall door that led to Adam's room door. I was right next to my mama, so I saw her eyes bulge from her head, and I also saw a ghost hand cover her mouth, stopping her from making a sound. Apparently the same energy had caught Nikki and I, because we also stood there, speechless.